Welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to know the whole old Dragon Tales episodes of one of the popular anime, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation web novel. In this series of the novel we will know the story of old gods of this anime. How the world was created and how the 7 gods created for each world. And how a god becomes the reason of the destruction of the 4 worlds. Mushoku Tensei is a popular anime and also have its web novel, who is written by Rifujin Maganote. Recently the first season of this anime is end, but this anime have lots of potential, because of its unique story, wide range of characters and unique animations, to become one of the bestest anime series. So without wasting any time, let's start the story. Here is the first episode of Old Dragon Tale, and the title of this episode is Dragon and Girl. There are mountain ranges that cross the land on the continent. In the center of such a mountain range, there was an exceptionally large mountain. The name of the mountains is Ryumezen. And Mount Ryume is the highest mountain in the world, deep in the mountains. Although the rocks are covered with trees, the steep cliffs block the invasion of humans, and the high mountains are inhabited by red dragons. It's not a place where people live. High-ranking adventurers sometimes visit the foot of the mountain, but never go deep into the mountains. But a powerful adventurer climbs a mountain to see amazing sights. There is a house on the mountainside. It was a strange sight. Because there is a house where people live in a place where people should not live. The adventurer will see even more surprises as he approaches the house. There was a girl. A blonde long-eared girl is walking in front of the house, holding something like a tub. The girl carried the tub to the back of the house, came back into the house, and took the tub out. Apparently, they are carrying something like water to the back of the house. If you chase the girl to the back of the house, you'll see that it's a big cave. It's a cave with a strange sign, but the girl goes into the cave without hesitation and goes further. In the back was a reptile with a huge body, long neck, red scales, sharp fangs and claws. It's a red dragon. The girl was pouring the contents of the tub into a box placed near the red dragon. The red dragon did not show hostility when he saw the girl. I was watching the girl's work with a gaze as if I had just finished carrying it. However, the amount that the girl could have and the size of the box were too disproportionate. You'll have to go back and forth again and again to fill the box. However, it seems that this was the last time. The girl put the tub on the side of the box and stretched out the end of the water. When the girl declares that way, she bows to the dragon. The dragon also got used to his nose as if he had a hard time. The girl triumphantly returned home. It's a wooden, unconventional house. But if you look at it, you'll find that the house is protected by a high degree of magical barriers. My husband, I'm done with the water. When the girl entered the house, there was a scene full of life. Chairs, tables, foliage plants, paper bundles, and a lot of junk that you don't know what to use. The girl walked to sew them. This is because the person who called out did not reply. I arrived at the destination immediately. The room at the back of the house. This is the largest room in which the owner of this house is staying. I called her as master. The girl opened the door and went inside. Inside the house, bookshelves that were several times taller than the girl were lined up. It's like a library room. The girl went further into the area of bookshelves. There are only a few buildings called libraries in this world. But this book-filled environment was a familiar sight to her. There was a man in such an area full of books. I turned my back to the entrance and wrote something innocently at the desk. Mottled hair with a mixture of silver and green. It had an eerie hair color, but it was still familiar to girls. If you have a master. When the girl called, the man raised his face as if he had been flipped. Slowly spread the wings on your back and look back. I admitted the appearance of the girl. The man said, "Oh, Lostelina. Did you still get up late at night? You have a lot of work tomorrow. You have to go to bed early." Girl replied, "What's this late night? The sun is already rising. The dragon's watering is over." Man, "Oh, is that so?" The man stood up. Then the girl became a squirrel looking up at the man. After all, the man was tall enough to exceed 2 meters. Man, "Well, have you finished watering? Thank you for your hard work. Anyway, is it another day?" Girl, "My husband, please sleep properly." Man, "Oh, I know." Girl, "I don't know. You didn't sleep yesterday or the day before yesterday." Man, "I don't have to sleep every day like you guys." Girl, "Is that so?" Man, "Oh, I'm a race that lives for a long time. It's enough to sleep once every few years." In response to the man's reply, the girl had a neat face. However, at the moment, I swelled my cheeks. Girl, "I don't know anything about my husband. Even so, you didn't ask me anything, you just followed me." Adventurer asked a girl, "Please tell me more about your husband." Girl, "Of course it doesn't matter. However, my life has been long. The story will be a little longer. The man squinted and looked around, saying so. A bookshelf that can be said to be tall even if a man is tall. A book packed tightly there. This was all written by a man. A man's record, a man's life. It doesn't matter. Rather, is your husband really good? Isn't he busy? Girl, well, for someone like me who has a long life, 1 second isn't worth it. I have time to talk to you. The man said so and recommended the girl a chair that was nearby. He himself sat in a chair and touched his chin. Man, but if you're talking about it, I think it's more fun to talk about on this 3 stories of me. The story of a boy who traveled alone to defeat the Makai Emperor. The story of a hero who killed a big monster and got a princess. Or the story of a saint who was manipulated by a bad god and had to put himself into a battle that he could not win. Adventurer, no, I think the last one was a fun story. Girl after interrupting, no. I want to know more about my husband than that. The girl caught her mouth in the man who thought of this and that. If left alone, it seemed like I would be told a different story. Man, oh I know. But with that said, what do you want to know about me? Girl replied, all about you. How did my husband live so far? Why are you doing your current job? Man, I see, but that's not a very funny story. There may be some interesting things, but it all leads to sad endings. It's a bad end. My life is sad. You will feel it. Girl, does not matter. The girl's strong tone made the man take his hand off his chin as if he had given up. Then I looked up at the ceiling. It's as if you were there for a day. Man, that's right. That's okay. If you say that, I'll talk. But yeah, where do you start talking? I'm confused because I don't have a chance to talk about old times. In any case, it's best to start from the very beginning. From the time your husband was born and remembered. Girl, from the very beginning. I wish I could speak well. If I thought it wasn't interesting, I would fall asleep immediately. It's better to sleep than to listen to me. If you think. Girl replied, I'm not my husband, and I don't sleep when people are talking. Laughing, you're a good boy. Well then, let's talk. The man closed his eyes. The girl leaned forward and listened. First of all, how the world was born before I was born. The man started talking and started the story. A long time ago, a story of a mythical era. Here the first episode got ended. And the second episode will upload soon on the channel. So stay tuned, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime updates.